In the previous video of the WordPress Basics series, we explored the dashboard, and in this video, we're going to talk about permalinks. This isn't the section that most people start with, but I think it's important. I think before you post your first piece of content, you have to have your permalinks set up correctly. So on this left-hand navigation bar, scroll down to where it says Settings. When you roll over it, this little arrow appears. Click on that arrow and then scroll down to where it says Permalinks and click on that. Now the permalinks are the URLs that are created when you create a post, and there's this common settings section where you can just use one of these common settings. The default looks like this: http://www.yourdomainname.com/?p equals some random number. Now that's fine. You can keep like that if you want, but be warned that a search engine does not know what to do with that. It does not know what that page is about based on the URL. Whereas if you choose this day and name, you have yourdomainname.com and then the date it was published and the title of the post. So Google or other search engines can go in and it can read what this says, what the title of the post is, and it can that can help as a signal to show Google what your page is about, which is what we want. We want a search engine to be able to go there and understand what we're talking about and be able to present that to users who are interested in it. This page would show up for a Google search, which is P equals 123. Nobody's going to search for that in Google. But say this page is called hiking-boots, there's the chance, if you do it properly, if you do your SEO properly, that you can show up for the search term hiking boots, which is what somebody would actually type into a search engine. So that's the reason we want to get this done right away and do it first. If you are planning on having a site that has hundreds of pages, over 100 pages, you're going to want to have a number as the first thing after your domainname.com. And the reason is quite technical, but the short answer is it makes it quicker for WordPress to be able to look up the information in the database. If you have just names, like you could have just the post name, so it'd be yourdomainname.com/your post name. If you have hundreds of pages like that, or hundreds of posts like that, WordPress is not as fast at finding them. And the slower your site is, the fewer people are going to want to go there. They're not going to want to waste their time. They're just going to click back to the search engine and find a different page that isn't so slow. So having this number on the front for a big website is very beneficial. But if you're just going to have a small site, say 10 or 20 pages and no more than that, then you might as well just have the words at the front. And the one I like to use is this custom structure down here. For a larger site, I like to have this format, which is %year, %/%month num, %/ post name, %/. And what that's going to output is the year the post was published, the month it was published, and the title of the post. Now for a larger website, that's the one I prefer to use. If you have a smaller website, or when I make a smaller website, I like to have just / %post name %/, because that is better for SEO because it's shorter. And once you pick the format you'd like to have, Click on Save Changes at the bottom. Don't worry about category base or tag base right now. Just click on Save Changes. And then we've customized our permalinks, and we're ready to go on to the next video where I'm going to show you how to create your first post in WordPress. I'll see you there.